guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing super well. So as you can see by the title, this video is my June plan with me. I'm getting this one up nice and on time for you guys so that you can take any inspiration you need from it to create your setup for June. So I decided to get out my trusty watercolor paints because I haven't done watercolor for quite a while and I just love painting with watercolor, as I've said in every single watercolor video, because it's just so easy to work with and you can pretty much have a vision in your head and it will come out like you envisioned it when you use watercolor. So I decided on 2 pieces of art for this setup, which is what I usually end up doing for every bullet journal setup anyway. And for this theme I wanted to create a little kitchen type scene with lots of flowers, so sort of like propagation kitchen scene. I have no idea what I'm going to end up calling this, and I'm starting to realize that it's getting harder and harder to come up with names for my bullet journal themes. Anyway, I wanted to go with a really light and soft type of theme, and it came out exactly how I wanted the colors to come out, which is so fun when that happens. And the colors are just really nice and like a very summery springtime type of colors. I mixed up this really nice green and bluey tone and then a nice stone type color for the main colors. So usually I would edit my paintings in a way where you guys just end up seeing stages of the painting, but this time I wanted to edit it where you could see everything happening and everything kind of coming along together in the painting, and I really like how it looks. It just took me way longer to edit, but I sped it up really quickly so that it wouldn't take too long for you guys to end up seeing from start to finish. But I do think this is an even better way to show how my art pieces come together, so I hope you guys found that a bit more interesting. You kind of get to see it in real time rather than just jumping from stage to stage, if that makes sense. So this is definitely not a tutorial for watercolor, but in terms of technique, I have just kind of gone with like really light colors like I've said, and then I go in and lay down all the flat base colors with a large watercolor brush, and then I'll go in with more fine detailed brushes to start adding shadows and details to the paintings, and I pretty much leave all the detail work to the end, and then I work from light to dark. So with watercolors you definitely don't want to go with dark first unless that's the tone that you want for the base color, but it's always best to work from light to dark with watercolor. So I've moved on to the second painting. This one is a little bit smaller than the first one, and I wanted this one to be more of like a zoomed in close up of the other painting, not quite exactly with the same stuff in there, but it's more of like a close up of the other one. And I love the stone effect as well of the worktops or windowsill, whatever you guys call it. And I guess fun fact, I would love to have this type of stone and worktop in my own kitchen. And for both the paintings, once I had completely finished, I used an Arrtx acrylic paint pen in white to just make the highlight stand out even more, and then I used a Sakura fineliner in 005 to just add any other little details to make things stand out a little bit more as well. So here are the 2 paintings side by side together. I think they look so good and I'm so happy with them. So moving on to the main working spreads now, I'm using my Notebook Therapy notebook, and I'm really going to miss this colour journal because I will be moving on to another journal from next month, since I won't have any space to do another setup, but I'm definitely going to be getting this same colour at some point again in the future. Here I have my monthly summary and my cover page. I decided to switch them around. I don't know if you guys noticed, I usually do the monthly summary on the left hand side and then the cover page on the right hand side, but just for something a little bit different I decided to switch them around. So for the 4 weeks in June, I'll just add like events, appointments, filming days, art days, etc. on all of the weeks in June on this page. I was trying to figure out how to style the painting on my cover page, and I ended up using some old book pages and putting them behind the painting. I didn't want it to be too heavy because initially I was thinking about putting black behind it just to give it some contrast, but I really just wanted it to be super soft, so I ended up going with this instead. Then I'm using some stickers from Paper Monogatari. I really hope I'm saying that correctly. I recently just got some stuff from there, and I'm using these really cute number ones, and I'm just using those for the weeks. And I'm actually going to be doing a stationery haul with some of the stationery and stickers that I recently got from like other influencers and stuff, so stay tuned for that too. And then for a little bit of decoration on the spreads, I went with this plain washi tape from Stationery Pal, but I think it tied the pages so nicely together. It's such a lovely like muted colour. Onto my calendar spreads, I decided to do a really simple plain calendar, and again I'm using some more of the Paper Monogatari stickers. These are just the letters of the days of the week, and then it just gives me a really nice space to write some stuff down here. And then on the right hand side I have my goals and focus spread. This month I decided to go back to my smaller calendar and then bigger goals page, just because I have a lot of stuff to write down in goals for the month of June. Moving on to my quote page on the left, this is where I added the other painting, and then for the quote I actually wrote this one out by hand instead of using my letter stamp, so I know, which says, "And to heal, you must first allow yourself to feel everything." And I've just loved this quote so much over the last few months, and I wanted to put it in my journal as an important reminder to myself. I added some more of the torn book pages behind that, and then I did initially rip the quote out, but I decided to make it a little bit neater, so I did end up cutting it out. And then I also rounded off the corners. I forgot to say that I also rounded off the edges of the paintings with the little paper rounder, and it's from Stationery Pal. Oh, and make sure if you're sticking watercolor paper down to get a really good glue or adhesive or something, because this glue that I was using really did not work well at all. I had to really hold them down to make sure they stayed on the spread, and I don't usually have this problem, but I ran out of the adhesive double-sided tape that I usually use. So on the right hand side I'm just doing my content page, and this is another spread that I regularly add to my setups, and it's just a space for me to write out all my content plans, video ideas, to-dos for content and stuff like that. So yeah, and then I just finished the spread off with the washi tape again. And for my final spread I did my review, which is pretty self-explanatory, and if you look on my other videos I go into a little bit more detail and depth about why this works so well for me. So that is it for my June plan with me. Here is the final flip through. I love the paintings so much, and I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I hope it was therapeutic for you. Let me know what theme you did or are going to be doing for June, and be sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see more of my content, and I shall see you guys in the next one.